What's good, ladies and gents? We got another video. So I was waiting, and I said I was gonna release a little battery update and stuff like that, and I got all the videos for that and whatnot, so I just gotta put it together and put it out there for you guys. But I was way too excited when these puppies rolled up. There's a little sneak peek of the front one. Here's the rear one. But as you guys can see, after a long wait from Warp 9, I got my mother freaking wheels. One thing I did not realize was that, because they don't say it in their, or maybe they do and I missed it or something, but I don't remember them mentioning anything about them including rotors. So this is my rear one. There's my front one. I got them in blue, as you can obviously see, and hopefully camera picks up on the spoke color, but those are Nardo gray, my favorite color. Whole garage is painted in that color. And then the black spokes with the magnesium hub, and I'm really happy that I went with that color combo. I was kind of unsure on what it was going to look like all together, but as I'm looking at it now in person, it looks amazing. And I got these little puppies, you know, to help prevent the tube from creating a pinch. They sell these from there. They told me that I was going to end up having to drill, that they don't drill them for this, but they ended up coming installed, so pretty happy about that. I'm glad they did that for me. That's pretty cool. And these are in titanium, so keep the wheel light, keep it beautiful. So what we're gonna end up doing is slapping these two puppies on. I went with the 1916 since everybody raves about that, and then I also got another rotor, the floaters, as you can see, like I have in the front already. Apparently it uses they were smart about it, Warp 9 was. They use the same pattern on the rotors that they do in the front and the rear for their wheels, because there's a way bigger selection of rotors when it comes to these things when it comes to the front. So kind of happy that they did it that way, because now all I had to do was order another front one of that, and now I have the same rotor in the back. I was kind of bummed out because I was gonna have to mismatch them, but yeah, didn't end up having to do that. So obviously 1619 tires, and then, you know, we had to get some titanium swag. So I'll be throwing that on. And when you do go with this configuration, you'll want to get the link. So this is a 0.75 to kind of compensate for the bike kind of sitting wonky now with the smaller rear wheel, because obviously when it comes stock, you have 1919, and going with the 16 in the rear, it was gonna have a silly look to it. So I was waiting to get the wheels to put that on, and I think that's all I had for me to put on that had to do with the wheels. Got a few other parts that I'll still be putting on. I did get the new version of these, which I'll be putting on here pretty shortly, within the next couple of days. And yeah, seeing what the difference is between their first version and their second version of the prickly foot pegs. So pretty excited about that. Went with the different color scheme on these pins, because when I did order these were like the last ones that they had in this color. They said they had that color pin, so that's why, you know, we didn't get all matchy and whatnot, but the new one should remedy that. And what else? Oh, finally, last thing that I'm waiting on, I did get the adapter so that you could choose or have a bigger variety of sprockets to choose from when it comes to these things. So I got the adapter so that I could run, I think it's like a 80cc dirt bike, 80 to like 100 or something. It's like an 80 or a 100cc bike, so that I can use or have a bigger option, more options for the sprockets for this thing, to kind of tailor it to how I want the power to be kicking on this sucker, you know, whether you want to do like a higher speed build of these things, then you'd obviously want to go with the smaller tooth. And if you want more bottom end, more torque and whatnot, the bigger one you get, the better for that application. My buddy ended up on the stock Sur Ron. He ended up going with, I don't even know how many teeth. I believe it was in the 50s. Let's see if this says, yeah, so this is a 48, which is what it comes with stock. And it actually helped improve on his battery. Obviously he lost top speed, but he gained that in like, I don't know, a couple of percent in range, and also it accelerates faster. So, you know, he didn't mind losing a couple of miles an hour on the top end. So anyways, I'm gonna hop straight into this. I gotta find my tubes and I gotta take off the rotors. So take off the rotors, slap that bad boy on there right now, show you guys what that looks like on there. And when I do that, cut this video off for a second. I'm gonna find my tubes too, so I can put those in that sucker and get these all mounted up and whatnot. So be right back. Boom, and just like that, we got a complete, well, almost complete setup. I still got to take off that rear sprocket and put this puppy on here, but hell yeah. Now when you guys get these, especially if you plan on doing this, I highly recommend taking these off. I mean, it was already set, but I don't think you see that little piece right there. I don't know if they use a different brand and it's just red, but the Loctite wasn't too hard to get off. But they did, if it is a red Loctite from the looks of it, and it's not that like blue, the easier stuff to get off, then they did Loctite these puppies with some red. So be careful with that. And that's why I don't buy cheap tools. Man, look at it. So this is a gear wrench. You guys see that freaking crack tooth? Then this is a T25 that they use. Luckily I got a bunch of other ones, but another gear wrench one, so we'll see how that one holds up. Got everything torqued down. This one, it's nice and easy because this is 10, but you know, everything else, I'm not going to say what I did it to because I don't know what is the actual one, but I'm just going off of the size of the bolt. Normally the size of the bolt will tell you about what it should be, so I just go off of that. Everything is done here, so now I'm gonna work on the front one, and I am using these heavy-duty motorcycle tubes from IRC. I've always ran these on the dirt bikes and the pitter, and they've done great. So that is what I'm running. Also, I'm pretty proud of myself. Didn't freaking ding up these wheels. Normally, oh, I gotta clean these suckers. Look at the white got all caca. Normally, I'm just using dish soap around here. I ran out of the stuff that I normally get that's super slick, so I'm gonna be getting on Amazon and ordering some of that, another bucket up of that. And yeah, so what I ended up using, I don't know if it's just because of these tires, the specs that they make them in, or what, but these are super easy to get on. It's not like, you know, like a knobby tire or dirt bike or something. But I'll use these on the side for when you're grabbing those tire ironers. And I only did that initially just to get the tire over the wheel, just that last little bit, you know, that you can't just squeeze in there when you're putting them on initially. But I use this, the no pinch tool. Came in freaking handy. So the idea behind this is you stick that puppy in there, right? And then all you do is place this over the lip that's sticking out over the wheel. And I don't want to mar it up, but you simply just do this on the lever, right? And it's gonna push it out and into the wheel. Literally, I mean, with this, it took me maybe like 10 minutes to do it all. So I highly recommend that. And then these, I mean, this is just like a thick piece of plastic. I think this is from, oh, no, I don't remember what this is from, but this other one that I used, you can obviously tell what it's from. Like, I ran out of these pieces from doing it so many times that, you know, these end up cutting through. But anyways, freaking just use a piece of an oil container just so that I don't mar them up when I'm doing that first initial jump over into the wheel. So yeah, anyways, oh, maybe I did. See, I get too excited sometimes. I'm sure some of you guys can relate, but whatever. And they're gonna get dinged up anyways. So yeah, just my little tips that I got when it comes to that. But like I said, I'm gonna work on the front one, get that sucker on, and then we're gonna end up working on putting it finally on there and getting that link on there. So be right back. All right, boys and girls, if you're watching, you're in the Sur Rons. No, I'm just playing. Here's the front one. Got that front rotor off. Going to be putting that one on there now. So gonna be taking off that front wheel, that rear wheel, slapping that rotor on here really quick, and then putting that on there, and then the rear one. And freaking, we should be freaking golden when it comes to that, and then we'll work on all the other little stuff. So anyways, oh yeah, and then I got to transfer over obviously the that rear sprocket back there. But once we get that all dialed, I will come back, show you guys what it looks like, get that freaking link on there with a little bit of TI. What's good? And then yeah, I'll show you guys the end result. All right, quick story time. You know when everything is going super easy, like too easy, and you're like, man, this is just peachy. Well, as you can see here, ended up stripping one of these suckers, and I was like, uh-oh, just because, you know, I don't have an extractor for these. I didn't want to drill it out, ruin that hub, and then have this still in there. So ended up cutting some notches on the side, used those pliers, and then while I was cranking it with the pliers with my right hand, I was freaking trying to take it off with this sucker with whatever was left in here, and dude, luckily it worked. So anyways, yeah, figure I'd share that with you guys on how I got that sucker out in case you get into the same predicament I did. Alright guys, well after all of that, there it is. What a thing of beauty. After seeing this, definitely need to get different cap, you know, instead of this black one or whatever. And I'm gonna end up, these bolts, since I'm using the Fox 40 and it uses a spacer on the backside, are slightly longer than the ones that Warp 9 provides. Here, I can probably show you guys. Where's that other one? Here it is. And it's not by a lot, but what, maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. I don't have these perfectly next to each other, but yeah, you guys get the point. So I'm gonna find these in titanium, maybe call Warp 9, see if they have any. If not, then I'll find them, you know, from somewhere else that sells titanium bolts. And instead of getting this stupid design where you can strip out the center and then it's a pain to have to take these off, I'll get something with you know, different head on there. That way it's a lot easier, maybe with like a bolt extractor or something to take off. But anyways, that's what she looks like. On to the rear one. All right, boys, rear one is on. To the next item. Also, did have the titanium bolts for this, so just FYI for those of you, if you do plan on doing these, there's the titanium bolts, and I forgot they told me that these won't fit. So these are the same ones as the front ones, so you'll have to order. Remember I was telling you guys that this now on the Warp 9 wheels uses the same essentially hub, kinda, other than that other side for the sprocket, as the front. So you'll have to order the same size bolts in titanium for the front if you need them for the rear, if you're not using the boost version of the forks. Otherwise you have to get other ones, because like I said earlier, they're too long. So although the other ones, those ones for the front would, if you do happen to have those already, would fit back here because you're not using the spacer. But anyways, yeah, that's that. So on to the next one, the link. All right, boys, and there you have it. There's our end result. Got her all buttoned up. There's that link in blue. Woo, baby. Gosh darn, man. Dude, I'm so stoked on how this is turning out so far. So obviously we got a couple odds and ends that gotta work out. Definitely need to get these in titanium. those in titanium, both in the front and rear. Need to change out that sprocket because God, it looks ugly. I got another chain already for this. I also got the chain set up for that, to change it to the chain instead of the drive belt. But haven't decided on when or if I should even do it. Been holding up fine. Keep checking the teeth, and the teeth on the belt have been completely fine even with the power levels that I'm running it at. So yeah, but definitely got to get rid of this. Get something in a color, probably black, because blue I feel would be too much, but a black one would look pretty sick, tie into everything else, all the color schemes that I got going on. But anyways, yeah, there she is. Stoked on how it came out. I'll have another video dropping for you guys soon. This just motivated me to go to ride, make some videos, yada yada yada, you know the deal. Also picked up a new commuter. For those of you that ride, yeah buddy, the Tracer 9 GT. Anyways, yeah, got that thing. Let me know if you guys want to see some vids on the Tracer, me riding it or something. I can start introducing some street bike vids up in here. Not really gonna be doing that much with that bike at least, but anyways, yeah, here she is. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope some of those tips helped you guys out and doing what I did and what not to do, because like I said, bought some extra titanium parts I in the end didn't even need. So if you plan on going with the setup, then obviously you're not going to need all that. So anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one, and hope you guys enjoyed.